10 minutes ago until the top of the hour and breaking overnight in our Smart Start, a firefighter injured at the scene of a two-alarm fire in Fairport.
This happened on Roselawn Avenue just around 11 last night. Everyone who lives in this rental home was able to get out safely. The first responders on the scene do say that one firefighter was hurt, had a head injury, and was treated on the scene. There's no word of any cause of this fire yet. However, the fire officials again tell us this appears to have been a hoarding situation.
A man is dead after a crash last night in Parenton. That happened just before 7 at the intersection of Route 31 and Courtney Drive. Deputies tell us the victim, 40 years old, was riding his bike when he was hit by that vehicle. He died at the scene. Deputies say at this point it does not appear drugs or alcohol were factors.
Happening today, a man charged with killing an 8-year-old girl in Rochester 20 years ago will be in court. Investigators say that in February of 2004, Timothy Kuhn threw a Molotov cocktail at a home on Yates Street, and there were several children inside. The babysitter was able to get all the kids up and out of the house. However, 8-year-old Savannah Strieber did pass away. Investigators say that she likely ran back into her mother's room to look for her mom, and that's when she was found dead in the home. Police say Kuhn had a prior relationship with Strieber's mother. He was not arrested until late last year. He faces charges of second-degree murder and first-degree arson. He'll be in court at 9:30.
Also in court this morning, the trial begins for two men charged in a series of robberies, shootings, and a murder in Rochester from the fall of 2021. Robert Perdue, Matthew Williams, James Scott Jr., and Quincy Brumfield were arrested in this case, accused of carrying out robberies, gun and shooting crimes, and the murder of 23-year-old Dave Zone Bratcher. The trial for Perdue and Williams is what's starting today. That's at 9.
We have a follow-up on the CDC sending notices to healthcare providers after several of the wrong RSV vaccinations were given to pregnant women and children nationwide. We spoke with a local doctor here at RRH who has been working to provide a variant of this vaccine that is approved for pregnant women. Now, if they choose to, patients are supposed to receive a dose of the maternal vaccine between weeks 32 and 36 of pregnancy. But nationally, the CDC has reported they found more than 150 children and pregnant women got the GSK vaccine, which is not approved for use during pregnancy. Our local doctor explains why it is vital to get the correct dosage.
The biggest issue would be that they wouldn't be able to protect their baby through vaccination of the pregnant patient. We still have ways to protect babies once they're born. There are medications for babies, and I know a little less about that since that's not my area of expertise. So there would still possibly be the opportunity to protect babies that way once they're born, but they just wouldn't be able to pass the immunity on through pregnancy.
The CDC encourages people follow up with your healthcare providers if you think you have any concerns. And happening today at 10, Ruby Gordon opens its doors, and they'll be taking all those order inquiries as well as starting a bankruptcy liquidation sale. This comes after the store had officially announced that it will close by the end of the year. The CEO expressing regret over the impact that the store's closure would have on customers. He adds they are working with the bankruptcy court system, trying to ensure that the customers have their orders taken care of or refunded.
U.S. officials say at this point there are no plans to scale back their response against Iranian-backed militia groups after carrying out a series of airstrikes along with the UK. All of this going back to the start of the weekend. They've been targeting the Houthis in Yemen, and that followed the airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. But the U.S. is walking a fine line here, careful to avoid hitting any targets inside Iranian territory.
The late Sunday, Senate released its highly anticipated bipartisan immigration bill. The $118 billion package pairs border enforcement with aid for Ukraine and Israel, among other items, despite the bill offering up some tougher border security measures, including presidential power to shut down the border. The election year politics might kill this measure. President Biden urges Congress to get it onto his desk, but former President Donald Trump urges his party to reject it.
To the ice, Buffalo updates here. The All-Star break is over for the Sabres. They're back at practice, at least most of them. And that is because the team confirmed Sunday defenseman Matthias Samuelsson is out for the rest of the year, having surgery on an upper body injury suffered last month. The 23-year-old had 7 points in 41 games this year. The team also announced forward Jack Quinn had surgery. He's going to miss maybe 2 months, out the next 6 to 8 weeks. Sunrise traffic before we bring in James for a final check of that forecast here. Main expressways looking okay out there on the west side, 390 east side coming in from Webster and Penfield. 590 southbound is good to go. Liz, keep it that way. We'll check that again coming up in about half an hour from now. That forecast.
Yeah, not bad at all. Clouds right now, starting off in the lower 30s. We'll finish the day in the mid 30s, so not really a change in temperature. Tonight, though, with the clear skies, maybe low 20s. How about
frost?
Wow. It was weird to see the frost this
I had a little
morning.
bit of it.
Sunday
a little bit, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the cars. It looked like it snowed. It was so much.
Yeah, so strange to see that. Usually you got snow on the ground, not frost. At 29 Buffalo to start the day. Dansville at 30, Rochester at 32 degrees. Now, I do expect to see the sun probably right around lunchtime. It should emerge and then stick with us through the night. Day-to-day warming. I think the best day probably Thursday before the rain Friday.
Yeah.
My gosh, 50s on Friday even. Well, thank you for sharing your morning with us here, everyone.
We'll see you back here at 7:25. CBS Mornings coming your way.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.